So you're thinking of moving to Madeira Beach, Florida. Today we're going to be doing a little tour of Madeira Beach and some of my favorite places. There'll be more in upcoming episodes talking about housing and different shops and places and things to do. But if you stay to the end of this video, I'll share a little known fact with you about Madeira Beach, Florida. If this is your first time on the channel and you want to know everything about living in Madeira Beach, then subscribe, like, and share to be alerted about when new videos drop. My name is Barney and I've been living in this area almost 20 years. My business partner Carol and I love helping people move to the Madeira Beach area and all the other surrounding areas. And whether that's in 9 days, 90 days, 6 months, we don't care. We just like to help people. And if you want to reach out to us, you can do that by phone, text. You can book a Zoom call with us on our calendar. All of our contact info is in the description. All right, let's get to the video. Today we're taking a tour of Madeira Beach, Florida. Madeira Beach starts down here at Johns Pass on the southern end and goes up to 155th Avenue on the northern end, just off of Gulf Boulevard. Lots of things to do in Madeira. It's one of my favorite places to hang out. Johns Pass is where a lot of the tourists go, but also a lot of the locals. There's restaurants, there's shops, all down in here. We'll kind of zoom in a little bit. Hubbard's Marina is one of my favorite places. Right next door there is a restaurant attached to Hubbard's that's really cool to go to. There's a boardwalk. It doesn't really show it, but here's Hubbard's. And outside Hubbard's, all of this right here is boardwalk and lined with shops. Scully's Seafood Restaurant has a new drink. It is a colossal Bloody Mary, and when I say colossal, I'm talking like this. It's got crab legs, scallops, shrimp, bacon, all the veggies. Just a great thing. It's made to serve 4. Now it comes at a price of, well, I'm not going to share the price with you. You Google it and find out for yourself. But I recently had some folks go by there and take a look at that, and oh my God, that's your breakfast, lunch, and dinner all in one right there. So the Royal Conquest pirate ship takes off from here. You have Hubbard's doing deep sea fishing trips, and you're really close to the Gulf. Okay, this is Johns Pass, and as I said in the intro, I'll tell you a little known fact about that at the end of the video tour. But there's good fishing even from the bank right here. There's condos all out here, Johns Pass Hotel over here. And with the shops, you have Bubba Gumps, you have all kinds of things down in this area. The pirate ship tours, you can rent jet skis, you can rent boats. You can spend most of your day just hanging out in the Johns Pass area. Okay, it's really hard looking at the map to get an idea for how big this place is. All down in here are places, shops, eateries, there's pizza, there's sandwich shops. Lori's Soap and Sponge Market is a really cool place to go to. In one of the prior episodes, you heard us at Tarpon Springs Sponge Docks. A really fine example of some of those sponges that they harvest can be seen here at Lori's Soap and Sponge Market. The Cuban Paradise Cigar Cafe. They hand roll cigars in there every day. I talked to the owner recently and I asked him, I'm a fan of an occasional cigar and I like the Cuban cigars. So I caught the owner in the shop and I asked him, I said, I know we can't get Cuban cigars here, but If you had to recommend a cigar to me that is the closest thing to a Cuban cigar, he walked me to a couple of options, and I don't know if you can see that or not, but that's my attempt at showing you. I smoked one of these the other day with a nice Puerto Rican rum. Excellent smoke, and it did smoke like a Cuban, that nice even burn, mild flavor, very good cigar. Craft Brewing, the House of Sweets ice cream. Like I say, you can spend all kinds of time here. The Bamboo Beach Bar is a good place to hang out. It's down at the end of things, so when you start down at Hubbard's, down here, and you finish walking back and forth and doing all the shops and eating and all of that, you can end up your time wherever it went. Anyway, end your time down at this end of things. Now, one of the things that's really cool about this is on the other side, on Gulf Boulevard, there's a VFW hall right down here. Yeah, right down here, VFW, and it's open to everybody, and I think that's really cool. So on this side of Gulf Boulevard, you have condominiums, you have Airbnbs, lots of places to stay down here. One of my favorite places is the Shoreline Island Hotel. It is a adults only. You have to be 21 to stay there, and that's not necessarily a bad thing, because some people of a certain age, me, there's times when I want to get away from the kids. I want to go and enjoy just resort style amenities, a heated pool right on the beach, and really friendly folks. Okay, so Shoreline Island Resort is right around in here. Here's Caddies on Madeira Beach. They took a big hit during the hurricanes of last year, 2024. But they're back open. They're back up for business. Really good place to go, right on the beach. You know, you can sit here on the sand, looking out at the water. But this whole stretch is single family homes, condos, townhomes. Lots of interesting variety in Madeira Beach. As you head further north, you can see all the shops and condos down through here. But here's one of my favorite areas as well. There's a little bar right here called the Saltwater Hippie. They also took a big hit. They're now reopened after the hurricanes of last year. But they have live music about every day of the week, if not every day. Really cool. The one side of the bar opens up onto the street. There's a platform there, not a platform, but a countertop there where you can sit and watch the people go by, hang out, just listen to music if you want to. There's a park over here that you can, on certain days, depending on how the wind's blowing, you can still hear the music from Saltwater Hippie. The Cambria Hotel is relatively new. From the top of the Cambria, there's a rooftop bar, and I think it's on the 5th floor. But you can see the Intracoastal. You can see all the way over to downtown St. Petersburg, which is really cool, and then out to the Gulf. We were fortunate to be able to take in a sunset from the top of the Cambria recently. Really cool place to hang out. They've got a pool up there. That's, if you're just going up for dining and drinking, you can't use the pool. But if you're a guest, you can use the pool there. So I spend a lot of time in this area because it is so fun. Back in here is the Holiday Isles Elks Club that I belong to. Notice it is right on the water. So they have the Sunday ticket. You can go in and watch every football game if you want. And you know the Elks Lodge. Cheap drinks, good food, friendly people. One of my favorite places by far. And what's really cool is that from here, the Holiday Isles Elks Lodge, you can come over here and the American Legion is right here. So I belong to the American Legion as well. So there's people that take their boats from the American Legion. They have a dock right here. And go over here to the Elks Lodge. You can actually see the flag for the American Legion from the Elks Lodge. And talk about a great place to watch a sunset. Right here from the American Legion. Just amazing. There's sailboats anchored there. There's a big marina right here by the courtyard. So I'm sure you're starting to get the idea. Madeira Beach, while it's not that big, there's tons of stuff to do. If you like getting out and about, it's very walkable, especially the area where I'm talking about, right in here, where the saltwater hippie and the Cambria and all that is. There's multiple shops, all in this little triangle right here, restaurants. Such a cool place. The housing, when we're down by Johns Pass, the housing is a variety of things. Obviously the condos on the beach side are very expensive, but there's condos back behind Johns Pass. All back in here is housing. Again, anything waterfront, you know as well as I do, anything waterfront is expensive. And expensive means different things to different people. I'm not going to put a price on it, but you have to do your homework. These are big houses back in here. There's some houseboats back in here, which are really cool. I didn't know that, only recently discovered that quite by accident while we were driving around. But you can see cottages, single family homes of different calibers. You've got the big 3-level behemoth homes, and then you've got the smaller single family homes. So it just depends on what you're looking for. The nightlife, there's a little bit of nightlife down by where I was talking about at the saltwater hippie area and the Cambria. Again, music every day at the saltwater hippie, at Caddies. They have music quite often. But if you get the chance, come down, check it out. So many things to see and do. You won't be disappointed. Take a sailing trip, a dolphin cruise, rent a jet ski, rent a boat, get out on the water, have some fun. Just no lack of things to do. We're going to cover more things in later videos anyway. I'll get you in some houses so you can take a look at what your money can buy. That little known fact I was talking about, though, is that the shape of Madeira Beach, the modern shape of Madeira Beach, was formed by the Gale of 48 hurricane, which carved out the inlet known as Johns Pass, right here. The town was not permanently settled until a causeway was built in 1926, despite early attempts at settlement and the presence of Native American tribes centuries ago, and was named after early homesteader Juan Leveque. The town was officially incorporated as a municipality in 1947 after the construction of the causeway right here. This is also a drawbridge, and it can be quite frustrating waiting on the drawbridge from either direction because the entrance to Johns Pass is right here. But anyway, that's your little known fact about Johns Pass. I hope you enjoyed what we have to say. Again, feel free to reach out and contact us if you want to learn more about Johns Pass. You can call us, text us, email us. You can book a Zoom call with us. All of our links are in the description. So hopefully I'll talk to you soon. Thank you. Stay safe out there.